Hi YouTube, this is VidHead85 and I am going to talk a little bit about activism. The reason why I want to talk about activism is because everybody thinks that an activist is someone who is simply, waving around the signs and everything like that, a bunch of angry folk, and they're protesting something, we don't know. But activism actually starts before you get the signs and everything else, and it happens before the rally. It happens before you put everything together. Activism is simply just taking passion in what you care about, is taking an interest, like hydrofracking, like workers' rights, like many things that we, especially today with the rise of republicanism and the fact that a lot of Republicans have been taking over legislatures, and these are not good Republicans. These are not Lincoln Republicans. These are Republicans that want to do the right to work deal. And when I think about right to work, I think it's more about the corporation's rights than my own as a worker. So activism can be about anything that you're passionate about, but it's also just staying informed, because a lot of times people aren't informed. They can't be active, or they're not active. They're more passive with it, and they're kind of just waiting for something to happen, like full marriage equality on the federal level. There has to be a push for it before it can actually be done. So simply, to be an activist, you don't have to be one of those people who can get up there and move a crowd. In fact, I find that those people are relatively few. The main people that are there are those who more than likely would never stand up in front of a crowd, because they are the crowd. And sometimes they may be people that normally I wouldn't do this, but you know what, I really care about this issue, or you asked me to, or something happened to where they said, you know what, I want to get involved, I want to be involved, I want to start something. Or they could be people who may not know how to fight for an issue, and they may not know how to get started, which is where people who have pull in the community, wherever the activism is, or excuse me, the activist is, they can take them under their wing and mentor them. So activism isn't just about the signs and the waving of signs and the shouting and everything. It's about a lot of planning beforehand. And I have to say that right now, there's a lot going on in my life, especially I hate the way that my job is, especially the fact that it's overnight, but I'm going to see if possibly I can get a shift change or something like that, so I can have more of a life. I want to say that, because I'm working 6 days a week, and it's really burdensome, even though the work is not all that hard, but it's just working 6 days a week and overnight. Like the overnight part, I think, is the more burdensome part of that, because you're sleeping during the day, and then a lot of times you don't really have one because of the fact that you're sleeping during the day, and you don't know when you're going to wake up. So so my activism has kind of really not been where it should be. But again, it's all about getting people together on whatever level that they are able to and willing to contribute. Some people may be willing to contribute, secretarial skills, and they may not want to be outside in the outside with a sign. Some of the people may want to just make the signs. And some of the people may just want to put a little bit of effort into it, however they're comfortable. And all that little effort on those people's parts add up to a lot. Some people can't do more than make a YouTube video or something. Some people may live in a small town and not know how to reach out to other people, so they turn to a medium like a blog, or reach out through Facebook or other social media. So there are different ways of attack, if you will, for activism. So just don't think that because you're not out there with the signs and speaking in front of an audience that you're not an activist. In fact, an activist is not all. Being an activist is not all that different from every other person's daily life. The only difference is simply that most activists do this out of their own pocket. They do this out of balancing everything else that they have in their lives. So don't think that because somebody may be a well-known activist that they don't have the same burdens that you do. They're still the same 24 hours in a day. So my fellow YouTubers, activists, subscribers, all that, I want to thank you for watching this video. And if you will, please subscribe, please rate, please comment. I really would like someone to comment on this video or on these videos because I'd like to know at least that there's someone watching. Alright, thank you YouTube. You have a great day.